Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the Cobra Fang. So the Cobra Fang was first released in 1983 and was sold in 1984 and 1985. Discontinued, unfortunately, in 1986. So after that, it was available by mail order from 96 to 91. So we have a couple nice, good pictures here. Um, no, that didn't work. Okay, well, okay, front picture, back picture, and we have all of the nice side pictures. And we do have two missiles on each side, and of course, we have the iconic gun in the middle, in the front there. So, in my silly head here, trying to come up with how do you upgrade this to something that would be more modern, or how do we grab something that would be kind of modern ish? And believe it or not, I could see very easily there's a couple companies out there that are making small civilian helicopters that would probably fit the bill for this. And to sit here and say that they're throwing some real light missiles and light machine gun on there uh, would probably work. Maybe beef up the engine a little bit, um, and you would almost have this. Except the ones that I see, of course, they have a enclosed cab, but the side is open. Not like how this is, where it's just kind of open all the way around here. Either way, however we want to look at it, the cost isn't overly expensive for those that actually have the money. Obviously, not for someone like me. Um, I'll get this as a toy, and that's as far as I'm going to be able to get. But you know, to bring it into today's day and age, to say, hey, you could buy something as a civilian helicopter, and then just kind of throw it on some rudimentary guns or something like that, and maybe I don't know, like wire up like an RPG or something like that to be able to fire off of it would be kind of interesting, and I could see it very easily done. So of course we have a European SAS Hawk, which is a different box view, a different European Fang for their market. Brazil, let's see, Japan's got a different version. Indian Fang, and then we have Indian Rescue Squad. So they did kind of change this up a little bit. So we have, let me kind of get this up here a little bit better. We do have the Fang in the 83 and then 89, which is actually the Fang 2, and we have a Fang 3. So here again, they were trying to update it for a more modern market. And then in '08, we went back to the old basic Fang. So it's interesting to see what they had done, how things had gone. And I do have a guest companion here. I have Ellie, my daughter's little kitten. So she says hi here, then you know who I'm talking to. All right. Okay, so now that we are looking at the Fang here for what I had created, I did keep this at speeder scale. It is about 20 feet long, has a crew of one, possibly two passengers on the skids because this is how they kind of showed it. I gave it a cargo capacity of about 45 kilograms and about a half coverage. We have a uh, maximum altitude of approximately 3 kilometers. I gave it a maneuverability of 2D. I figured it would be somewhat agile, and it's not the fastest, although 175 miles an hour is pretty darn slick in my book. And I gave it a body strength of 2D, so about your average car. Now, weapons, we have a grenade launcher in the front, so the front cannon is actually listed as a grenade launcher. Um, has a fire control of 1D because really you're kind of aiming off of the helicopter itself, and it does a 5D damage for the grenades. And then we have four light missiles. And of course, I gave it a fire control of 1D, figuring it's just rudimentary, kind of a fire and forget kind of deal. And seeing that the light missiles, I gave it a damage of 6D. Um, Hopefully, it's somewhere in here. I will try and get some pictures of some of the other helicopters I had seen, and I could see, just taking and mounting some, um, whatever missile you would have out of like a launch tube, so you hopefully wouldn't damage the helicopter itself, but give it that same capabilities. Even if you knocked it down to just one missile on each side or two missiles on one side and just like a light machine gun of some sort on the other side, just kind of tied in there somehow. Um, but that's kind of my idea going forward. If you're trying to update this a little bit, I think it would be interesting and kind of fun. I know when you look at the old, and I mean the old like 60s and all that, G.I. Joe, um, like the Action Force and all that stuff, they had a similar helicopter, and I think they were using that for the basis for the Fang. And it's a very similar design as to what I was thinking of for or seeing for like the real inexpensive helicopters, kind of like the bug, more like the bug-eyed helicopters that you see from like MASH that they would use for airlifting people and all that stuff. Something along that line. Of course, a more modern version of that, which is a lot smaller, but still along that line. Um, so that's where I'm kind of going with if you're going to try and upgrade this to something in today's modern era, but still be able to keep something that would resemble what we grew up or what I grew up with as a child. So um, another iconic uh, vehicle for GI Joe, we saw these all the time. Always wonderful to see them. It's nice to be able to bring this to you today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.